Hello, everyone. Thanks for the excellent discussion, arguments, data points regarding the Citizenship Amendment Bill. We all know there are a lot of positives with this bill. Yeah, for sure, there's a disappointment from the Muslim fraternities that Muslims were not included in this minority community from the three countries of Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. The question to be asked is how do you differentiate between an infiltrator and a refugee, especially the past experience which we had with our neighbors in the last 75 years. And then the Sri Lankan Tamils not being included. There were arguments stating that there is a calm situation now in Sri Lanka, and the people are asking kind of for dual citizenship. So we all know CAB has got its benefits, but there are some gaps in it. During this time of CAB, I was introduced a new concept of NRC. So what exactly is NRC? National Register or Register of Citizens. So this was basically introduced in Assam, and so the citizens or let's say the residents of Assam has to prove their identity, that they belong here, and it was an exercise for 6 years. And then they published the results, and there were like 2 million people who could not provide the documents correctly, or those people were not granted Indian citizenships, and they were detained in the camps. So this was a kind of a bitter experience with NRC, and the message from the government is this NRC will be implemented throughout the states. And for me, that's definitely a nonsense exercise, because the combination of CRB plus NRC is where the whole problem starts, and that's where the Muslim fraternities are concerned about. So this is similar to a movie, Virumandi, where you hear one side of the story from Pasupati, and then you hear the other side of the story from Kamal, and then you get a complete picture. So let me try to explain you the combination of the CAB plus NRC. And for me, this is not acceptable at all. Thanks to Zahir, my good friend, who provided this flowchart to explain the combination of NRC and CAA. So with NRC, National Register of Citizens, you have to produce full set of documents to prove citizenship. For me, this is a nonsense. It is the responsibility of the government to provide documents to the citizens of the land. But instead, they are putting the onus on the people to provide the full set of documents. How can you expect people who are poor, who are not educated, who are in the rural villages to have the full set of documents? When I say the documents dating back before 30, 40 years. So this, for me, is a difficult exercise. And if you cannot produce the full set of documents, you are considered as an illegal person. So now comes the combination of NRC and CAA, where the Muslim fraternities are concerned. So now you're showing the proof of religion. So now if you are Hindu, Sikh, Jain, Buddhist, Christian, and Parsi, and then you see where you are from originally. If you are from Pakistan, Afghanistan, or Bangladesh, the three neighboring countries, you get the legal citizen, which is perfect. So now comes the tricky part. If you are not, let's say, cannot from these places, but you are, let's say, from India, but you cannot really prove, let's say, which religion of all these things, or all this set of documents which they are asking for, then you are considered as an illegal person. See, this is where the whole catch is. Being in India, and there could be a situation where you cannot produce all set of documents, you could be considered as an illegal person. That for me is a clear nonsense. The reason is, look at the amount of torture and the mental stress the people have to undergo. Let's say if they have to lose the citizenship and they're considered as a illegal person, even if they are from these sections of the society. And now comes the important point. If you are a Muslim, and if you cannot prove the set of documents, which is probably the case, we know the experience in Assam, 2 million people were could not provide the set of documents, or they have been put into the detention camp. So these Muslims, the poor people, or the tribal people, or the people who are uneducated, I mean, for them to provide such documents, come on, you're asking for documents which are really 30, 40 years back. That puts a lot of onus, and they are considered as an illegal person. So they don't have a right to vote, and they may be sent to the detention center, or they may be even deported. This clearly kills the secular aspect of India, where all sections of society are living happily. Hopefully it continues forever in the last 70 years. So the combination of NRC and CAB is a nonsense, and this is not acceptable at all. When I say people can argue NRC is not being implemented, but it's a clear mandate from the government that NRC will be implemented in all the states. With the way the government is functioning, I can imagine this is definitely in their agenda for next year to implement NRC in all the states, and it was a clear official statement from the Home Minister as well. So I can see why the Muslim fraternities are disappointed, and they have every right for their protest. So the conclusion is CAB is good, with definitely some changes, but with the combination of CAB and NRC is a disaster. And that's definitely not acceptable at all in a secular India. And second thing is, there goes a saying, there are a lot of problems in your home. Solve the problems of your home before you look at the neighbor's problem. So we have a lot of problems with our economy, with the slowing down of GDP. I think the government should concentrate on those problems of having better economic policies rather than focusing on these petty issues. Thanks to my friend Khaja, Moideen and Zahir, who gave this different perspective of the combination of NRC and CAB to understand the problems more in detail. I hope all parties can sit together and find an amicable solution rather than having protests throughout the different parts of India. Thanks a lot once again.